In this video, I'm going to show you how I taught somebody how they can make $100,000 per year net, not gross, but net, with a cleaning business without even having to clean. Keep watching.
Headed to the top, ain't none of y'all stopping me. Used to say I never get a ring, Charles Barkley. Now I got a wife, got kids, own property. Bubble-eyed beans that look like that be watching me. Okay, I lied about the beans, but that was hard though. I'm still in that black act, but she starred though. Cause that's all it takes. Don't flash it for. I'm on my grind, not no more fashion show.
What's up, y'all? It's the cleaning business GOAT, Mr. AJ Simmons, founder of the Clean Biz Network. And why do they call me the cleaning business GOAT? Because I help thousands of people all over the world start and grow cleaning companies. And in this episode of the Clean Biz Network podcast, you can listen to me teach Mr. Tommy Gaines on how he can build a cleaning business without cleaning and how he can also net $100,000 per year doing so. So keep watching. Check it out. Y'all know this is a new series that I do where I do consultations and I share them with you instead of just keeping them private for that person one-on-one. So here we go. Just based on the notes that you shared with me so far, you said that you're brand new. You're just trying to figure out how to get started. So I'll just let you do the talking and I'll answer best as I can.
All right, most definitely. I like that. So, I first off a little something small about, I'm a former military, did 6.5 in the Navy, got medically retired. And right now, I'm working as a road engineer in the Osceola Forest. I live in Jacksonville.
You right here with me in Florida?
Yeah, I'm in Jacksonville, but I'll be
bet.
And so right now, I'm working as a roads engineer at the Osceola Forest, right outside Lake City, and it's one of them things to where I've gotten to the point to where it's like, I've always known it's probably like so much more I would want to do with my day, but it's like when you have 8 to 10 hours consumed to a job, it's kind of hard. So, and then I was getting to the point, and then I'm gonna keep it real with you, bro. I had an ex-girlfriend that I used to deal with years ago.
Yeah.
She hit me up earlier this summer. She's the one that put the whole cleaning business thing in my head. And she started sending me how she makes 24 grand a month.
Damn.
And grand, I was like, and I told her, and I was like, hey, I'm gonna put this on. And then I told her, I was like, hey, I am most definitely, I'm gonna think about it.
Yeah.
And then it stuck with me. I'm like, yo, and then she started saying how she didn't really work that many hours of the day. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna think about it. I'm gonna come up with a name and I'm gonna do this. That was in July.
Right.
I kept sleeping on it, not really jumping into action.
Right.
But it always been in my mind.
Yeah.
And then the universe works in strange ways. While I'm on this job, a couple things happen with the job because I'm a contractor. My contract ends in February, so I'm not tired of this job. And I basically started to work literally by myself on this job. And then I lost all motivation to be there. Okay. And then that's when cleaning biz came back. I was like, listen, my contract getting ready to end. I'm going to collect these last couple of checks. I do not plan on coming on full time. I do not. And then I say, you know what? I'm just going to jump into it. I'm going to make it happen. And then I just got my LLC, and it's one of them things where I was like, I already told myself after I had this call here, I was going to have a clear direction on how this was going to go. Yeah. And so it took a long time. It took forever for me to come up with a name, but I finally came up with a name. Okay. And then I got the LLC. Then I was like, hey, this is just what I'm going to do. I was like, hey, I'm going to jump head first into it and I'm going to make it happen.
Gotcha. But all right, bro, so let me ask you this. So what's your work schedule looking like right now?
I'm going to be honest with you. Like, I literally damn near I really control my own work schedule. Like, I'll wake up. I'll get to work around 8:39 in between. I try to stay to 2, but it be days like today. I left around 11.
Right. Right.
And so yeah, and it's really just me there. So it's no one that I don't have to report to anyone. I
Yeah.
don't have calling me, hey, this is that. Like, I know I just have it's real laid back. So it's gonna be, and that's why I knew this was the perfect time to try to start this, because right now I don't really have strict hours at that job. I show up every day because I'm gonna continue to get paid.
Right.
But yeah, I don't really have a strict schedule or anything.
All right, bro. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna share my screen. I'm just gonna show you what I think you should do, and it's you might know this already. It ain't nothing astounding. It's gonna
Okay.
be straight to the point. Typically, how my videos are, right? But here we go. Let me share my screen right quick. I will say first, bro. You got the LLC already? Did you open your business bank account yet?
That's I have to get my I'm gonna get my EIN after this. After this call, I'm gonna
Okay.
get my EIN, and then I'm gonna go to Navy Federal to try to open up a
There you
business
go.
bank account.
There
Yeah,
you
I know.
go, bro. Because that's all it's gonna take. And now Navy Federal, they do require you to have your what is it? Is the not the article. What is it? It's called. Basically, they want you to type out like the role of your company. What the hell is it called? I forget what it's called, but basically, all LLCs are in theory supposed to have it. And so it's like a damn. Why don't I know the name of it? But anyway, they're going to require an extra thing. They're one of the only banks that do that. But if you go to any
Okay.
other bank, all you need is your LLC and EIN. But there's a particular letter, and I forget member something. It's like a member thing, but basically
Okay.
it just describes the structure of your company, though. So,
Okay.
but anyway, I just want to get that out of the way. You get your business bank account. What I would recommend that you do is just come right over here, go to cleaningbusinessstarterkit.com or your Cleaning Business Starter Kit. Now, you ain't got to tell me on this call, but I'm gonna give you two routes. So if you
I don't.
have the budget to go ahead and go for it.
Oh no. Well, you say
There's
I don't
one
have to
out
tell
on.
you. I most definitely don't mind telling you. Like,
Okay. So I'm gonna say if you got the budget for the kit, I would say get the kit. Now, if you don't got the budget, I'll give you the alternative. So the alternative is to go to Clean Biz Network, regular Clean Biz Network app. All right, so I'm gonna share that screen. So you come here, and instead of getting that whole starter kit, just sign up for this one. Basic plan is $99 a month. Now, whether you get this or whether you get starter kit, and actual starter kit's here too. So go to Clean Biz Network app and either get this one or this one. All right, and so with this one, it's gonna pay for you for the whole year in Clean Business Network, so you ain't gotta worry about no monthly payments. It's gonna include with these 10 leads included. You want the 10 leads because it's gonna help you get a customer as fast as possible. We got all the equipment, everything. We're gonna ship it straight to you, and then also in either one. So the only difference between this and this is you don't get equipment, and you also with this one you got to pay monthly. With this one you don't pay nothing for the month for that whole first year. After the first year, it's just $99 a month. If you want to keep it going. All right. What you're going to get though is the course, the starter course. So the starter course is what you're going to need because it's going to fill in all of them holes that you got right now. Like, okay, well, how we go get a customer? Well, how we build a customer? How we track, what we make as far as our accounting goes? How do we build a website? All of that is going to be inside of this, right? Inside Clean Business Network. And you can host your website in Clean Business Network, so you got to pay for no third-party website builder or nothing like that. You got bidding proposals, the calculators, all of that type of stuff coming up with the price is going to be in here. So really the main thing for you to do now is go ahead and get the EIN, open up your business bank account. Once you get the business bank account, put whatever startup money that you want to start your business with inside that business bank account, and then just take that debit card, come on Clean Business Network, and then either join on the $99 a month plan or hop and just order that starter kit. The starter kit will definitely be the best way to go, but if you don't want a kit, that's fine. Join this way, and if you join, I will say also if you can spare, come down to the bottom and just buy a few leads too to help you get started. Because if you don't buy leads from us, then the alternative will be getting out here, going door to door, picking up the phone and cold call. Those will be the other two main ways to get customers. But nothing wrong with that. As a matter of fact, I recommend doing it in addition to buying leads from us because it'll help just that much more. But as you can probably imagine, it'll be time consuming, going door to door, picking up call after call. First, if you just let us do it for you, I mean, we're gonna set you up and get you right in the door with these people. So, honestly, based on what I hear from you, that's pretty much where to go, and you in a perfect position right now because of the job situation that you got going on.
all right, see, the perfect. I'm so glad you said that because
Okay.
I'm like, I'm finna put it all out there. So
There we go.
for the most part, I really plan on buying all the leads
Okay.
for the most part. And I know, isn't it like 150 a lead or whatnot?
Yeah, it fluctuates. I think right now it's like 125 for members and 175 for non-members.
All right, perfectly fine. But I have a question though when it comes to the leads. Is
Okay.
lead does that lead to like a contract, or does that lead give you to like a one-time job?
I'm so glad you asked that. So if the lead is for a one-time job, we replace it for you. We promise walkthroughs for recurring contracts. We want to get you commercial cleaning customers. There ain't no residential, and a one-time is straight contracts.
All right, you know what? I'm glad you said that. Now, for the most part, I see with the package or whatnot for the
Yep.
what if I didn't want to do none of the cleaning myself and I just wanted to jump straight to automation?
So if you want to go straight to automation, is it possible? Yes. Is it ideal? No. So let me ask you this before I answer that. What is your entrepreneurial experience? Have you ever owned a business at all before in the past?
No.
Okay, so I wouldn't recommend it. Again, can you do it? And do I have instructions on how to do it? I do. If you get the automation system instead, so if I come back over here and if you get this plan instead, the Cleaning Biz automation course is going to come with it. Now with this one, if you get this one and I show you how to do that, again, it's possible. I just don't like to recommend that route because that's not the way that I did it. And as like, I don't want to tell you to do something that I'm not really sure. You feel me? Like, I don't know. I just don't. I think it definitely helps if you got some cleaning experience ahead of time. However, if you want to go that route, you definitely can. And as a matter of fact, even in this particular course, the starter course that comes with this one, I show at the very end, there's going to be a section. It's going to be a bonus section with the whole course over at the end. And in the bonus section is going to be a video called The System. In that video, I show you exactly how I structured my whole company and how I ran it in Virginia, even though I had moved to Jacksonville. And so you'll see how to do it in that basic video. And so if you want to start with that and try to do it, you can. But if you, and then even in this, I'll go way further and show you how to do it automatically. But I guess I just don't like to promote it that way because I don't want people to get in here and just think, oh, it's just easy. I'm going to get it. And for the record, my method is this. This is what I would highly recommend that everybody do. Get a contract, clean it for a little bit. While you're cleaning it, look for somebody to get in there. And I'm talking subcontractors. Me personally, I like to hire subcontractors instead of employees, but either way, it's fine. But get in there, clean a little bit, put somebody in it. Get another one, clean a little bit, put somebody in it. Get one. So that's my method versus just straight don't clean at all. I think you definitely should get in there and get some hands-on experience because it's going to help you not only with just making sure that y'all provide quality service and you know what you're doing when it's trying to, show other people what to do when they get your contract, but also when it comes to even selling. Like when I do a walkthrough to get a new customer, and they trying to show me around, I already can walk through and kind of know the hot spots that they're looking for because I have, vast amounts of cleaning experience. So it'll just give you that much of an edge. But if you want to go that route, I'm not here to stop you, but I'm also not here to try to sell your pipe dream, even tell you,
Okay.
It's going to be free money. You know what I mean?
I have another question.
Okay.
When it comes to subcontractors, are those people who also have cleaning businesses and you're hiring them to do the cleaning, or those are break down subcontractors for me?
Yeah. So subcontractors can be like, all right, I'm seeing the best way I can do it. I say this is how I describe it. You got two different types. So you got actual other companies that you're gonna subcontract to. That's one way, or you can have straight people who would have been employees, but you decided, you know what? Let me show you how to be a sole proprietor, so to speak. I'll pay you with a 1099 contractor. You're going to work this as if it were a job, but you're not going to be an employee for me. We will not take taxes out of your check. It'll be your responsibility to pay your taxes at the end of the year, which most of those people won't owe taxes. You're not going to pay them probably enough in a year. They probably got kids or some type of write-offs. And as a matter of fact, being that they're entrepreneurs at that point, they can write off all of their mileage going to the bills. They can write off whatever they do. But anyway, so that's the two types of contractors, right? You can either hire another company that's already established this up for you, or you can hire, Joe off the block and just explain to him what he is and let him know we ain't taking taxes out your check. You're going to be self-employed, but I just need you to be at this building between these hours. You can't tell them when to clock in and when to clock out, but you can let them know that this is the window to work.
Got you, got you.
Yeah.
And is it hard finding them, or is it like specific websites or so to even find those? Because I mean, I like that method and how you're breaking it down. So it most, because in my mind, I'm thinking, well, you know what? I'm just gonna get a contract, put somebody in it,
Yeah,
and
that's
to me,
definitely possible.
and to
But
me,
but
it's
yeah, so
so. But I
yeah,
like,
I was so where I would find them is anywhere, right? So first, text everybody in your phone if anybody looking for some extra work. That's number one. Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, all of the social networks, Indeed. So you can post on Indeed just like if it was a regular job. Craigslist, Monster, basically anywhere. You know what I mean? And then as far as finding the companies and stuff for you, Google. You know, look up cleaning companies in my area. Give them a call. Even on what's it? Thumbtack is another one. There's a bunch of cleaning companies up there, and a lot of those are going to be residential companies. But a lot of those residential companies want to get into commercial. So if you're good at finding customers and you can partner with somebody that's good at cleaning, but maybe not find commercial customers, that's how you can build a good partnership and hire them as well.
okay, because yeah, I most definitely, because I know for, I'm being honest with you, I had no intentions on trying to cold call.
Right.
Honestly, bro, me knowing me, I think that probably would have killed my motivation after you sit up there, you're trying to call and you're not getting
Yeah.
anywhere. You're going from door to door. They're not
Yeah.
in. I knew that probably would have killed my motivation. And so I have no problem paying for the lead
Yeah.
if it's going to get me a contract. And how long you've been doing this? How long are the contracts typically in length?
Yeah. So it's usually an annual contract.
Oh, okay, cool, cool,
Yep.
cool.
Now, in general, they can cancel at any time with a 30-day notice. But typically, the way we draw up our and we say service agreements, but the way you draw it up is they can cancel, but only due to poor service. So they can't just cancel because they feel like it. They got to be due to poor service, and they got to show you proof that they reported this to you. They gave you a chance to fix whatever they're talking about, and you still didn't fulfill it. So that's the only way that they can cancel it.
Right. Okay, I like that. I like that. Most definitely. I like where we're going with this.
Yep. And all of that, like the service agreement, the contracts and all that, that'll be included in Clean Biz Network. So when our proposal generated at the very last page of the proposals, it already got a service agreement template for you. So all you got to do is basically plug in your company name, take out the little template thing that's there, put how much you want to charge them and all of that type of stuff pretty much.
Okay. And for the most part, I often say, have you helped multiple people here in Jacksonville?
A ton. So man, I help so many people all over, bro. Like
Yeah,
I kind of forget,
all over. That's
but
why
we definitely got a bunch of people in Jacksonville. And as a matter of fact, I'm actually about to start doing meetups. So I'm gonna do the first one in Orlando. I'm trying to do within the next few weeks, and right after that, we're gonna do one here in Jacksonville too. I know off top of my head, I know Yumika Mathis is here because she just posted it in the Clean Business Network Facebook group. So shout out to her. I know she's probably watching.
Oh, okay. Because I was finna say, because in my mind, I'm thinking like, like now, what is the opportunity like out here? Is it that many that they need, or is it like, hey man, this one company kind of got the city on lock or something like that? So that's why.
And I wouldn't say that. So I never fear saturation in this particular market because honestly, the number one reason why we don't have to worry about that is because most people in this industry, quite frankly, are not good at business. Like they just fly by night companies. They don't take it seriously. And so if you come in here, present yourself professionally, you know what I mean? Like right now you look nice and clean cut and professional. Like you could easily walk in somewhere and somebody take you serious versus a lot of these other companies, they don't even, they go in with ball and shorts on and stuff to walk through. You know what I mean? So it's easy to carve a lane for yourself in the niche.
Okay, and I know. Okay, I'm glad you mentioned that. So would you say it's a website and getting a LinkedIn? Because I'm trying to figure out what else. So I know I'm gonna have to make a website. Mm-hmm. I know I most definitely have to get a logo.
Yep.
I have, and what about when it comes to, I guess, is a LinkedIn profile most definitely like as a must have or something?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. My must haves would be, and you don't even have to have these, but me personally, I like to look a particular way on the internet. I like to have an internet presence. So if you want one, I say you got to have a website, you got to have a Google business profile. That's about it. Because I mean, if you want to have a Facebook page for your business and an Instagram page for your business, that's good too. Because when somebody searches your name, those two platforms rank high. So if somebody search your name, they're gonna pop up, and at least you can pop up if they try to look you up. But those main things is basically the website, Google business profile, and then maybe 2 social media accounts for your company. But that's it.
Okay. Nice. I like that. Yeah, most definitely about ready to get the ball rolling. I'm most definitely ready to get the ball rolling.
Okay. Yeah, bro. You got anything else for me? Any questions that pop in mind?
Okay, I cover. Oh man. Okay. All right, hold on. You know what? What questions will you have for me?
Okay.
Because you could probably say something else will click in my head, and I already know by the time this end and I lay down later, I'm gonna be like, oh man, I could have thought about that, or I should have thought about that then. So what are
Yeah. I don't even really have no questions for you. I think I guess, all right, well, this one question I would have for you, honestly, is what is your goal when starting this company? Like, what are you really trying to accomplish? Because it sounds like you got a pretty good job. I mean, like you pretty self-employed is what it sounds like as a contractor. So why do you want to start a cleaning company versus just continue to do what you're already doing?
because it's one of them things to where with this contract that I'm in, like what I'm doing now as a roads engineer,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna have to. It's either to stay where I'm at, right outside Lake City. I'm
Yeah.
gonna have to come on full time, and that's a big pay decrease. Like
Okay.
a big pay decrease by at least $3,000.
Okay.
And no grown man at this time who could take a $3,000 pay,
Right. Right.
and or it's gonna be moving from place to place and a pay differentiate.
Gotcha.
Now it's one of them things to where I know, like for instance, I know it's a lot of things to where I know I would want to wake up, probably be able to go to the gym or whatnot, then able to put a couple hours in on the job, and then I know also, like for instance, I know with a cleaning business, and even just taking this at my ex, she opened my
Mm.
mind. And before for instance, she said she had 10 contracts
Yeah.
open a month. And I'm sitting up here like, okay, if I'm putting all this time in on a job and my motivation just I start high, then it goes all the way down because I see something more,
Yeah.
start some on my own. And then like I never really had an entrepreneur mindset or wanted to start it. But when that opened my mind, I'm like, yo, I think this is something that I can do.
Yeah.
And then I just imagine myself with, okay, if I had like 5 to 10 contracts a month and me getting the money from that, and I know that right there spark a whole nother motivation with me. But it's a lot of things because I tried doing e-commerce through the whole Amazon, FBA, Shopify, and I've put my wrong money with the wrong people who sold me a pipe dream, and it wasn't
Right.
exactly it. Well, I done been through it all. And then with this, it's one of them things where I was like, yo, I think this is like something I can really do for real.
Yeah. And it's crazy you say that. I went down that road, bro. I tried everything at first, and I had already had my cleaning company, but you're looking on the internet and you seeing what everybody else doing, and I'm like, maybe try that. Maybe I should try that. And I tried all that shit, bro. And all of it, when I was done, it was like, just stick with the cleaning company because it's already rolling. Like, and all of that stuff, like a business is a business. All of them work. All you got to do is set the systems up, like you said. Don't do the cleaning, hire somebody else to do it. That type. As long as you put somebody in place to do all of the labor, it's gonna work regardless. You know what I mean? You just got to have something to scale it though. But
Yeah, I'm glad you said that because in my mind, this is how when I told you I wanted to jump straight to automation, the way that I was thinking was, man, I was like, because I know for a fact, I personally, for me to make the amount of money that I know I can make,
Yeah.
I doing all the cleaning myself because it's
Fact.
I don't have that much energy to clean 5-6 different places multiple days throughout the week.
Fact.
It's possible, but I'll be really damn tired, and
Right.
so I know at some point to really be able to scale the business, you're gonna have to put other people in there to work.
That's a fact.
And so that's why I said, you know what? That's why my mind was strictly on automation. And then when, like what you said, when you broke it down, and it's like you could just clean it, put somebody in there, clean it,
right,
put in there,
right. And then that's just temporarily. Now, once you get the hang of it, we gonna put people in there from day one. But it's just to start. Maybe them first 5 to 10 contracts, you want to kind of put your hands on them. But once you get the hang of it, you already know. All right, bam, I got Stacy over here. She can clean north side. I got, John over here. He can clean south side. I got, you know what I mean? You got your people in your different spaces around the area. All right, bam, I'm going to get him full contracts. I'm going to get her 3 contracts. I'm going to get her, 5 contracts, right? And you know what everybody can handle. Then once you got that, now you can go. And now, it's unlimited to how many buildings you can get. But to start off, I'm just saying, get your hands dirty. But once you grow, you grow. Like, you ain't got to touch it.
See, you know what? I'm glad you said that. Is it a way, or is it a way that you propose? Like, say if all right, what I want you to do, give me an example of a contract and how much you think one contract, even though this is hypothetically, what a one contract would want to pay me annually.
Yeah, let's do this. I'm going to share my screen again. And this time I'm going to go here. I'm going to put this calculator up here. So let's just say we come up with a bid right now for you. Let's just say you got a building. It costs, let's say it's 4 hours a day. Let's say it's 5 days a week. So you got 20 hours. Let's say you go charge them. Let's say you charge them $28 an hour. Let's say it's 4.33 weeks in a month. So you're going to get $2,400 a month off of that. Then let's say you're going to sub that out to somebody. All right, well, how much you going to pay the sub? Let me write that down so I don't forget. So let's just say $2,400 a month contract. All right. Now, let's just say you hire a subcontractor. You bid 28 on, let's say you're going to pay somebody else 18 an hour to do it. That times, 20 hours a week times 4.3 weeks in a month. So out of the 24, you pay somebody else 15. Let's just say 1560 to do it. So we do 2,400 minus 1,560. And then you walk on 840 a month. So 840 divided by 2,400, just so you can know your profit margin on it. You walk away about 35% profit margin. So annually, you did ask for annual. So 2,400 of them, I should know that off the top of my head, but 24 times 12. So you're talking about $28,000, my bad, $28,000 a year contract. You know what I mean? You're taking 35% of that, so 0.35. Taking 10,000 off of that. All you got to do is go get 10 more of those, and you can add 100,000 a year.
You know what? I'm glad when I told you to ask me something and something was gonna pop up in my head, and that's how I'm glad that we got to this point. So that makes a lot of sense because I was going to ask the original question you asked. I was going to say, how do I determine how much of that contract I would give to a subcontractor once that that's what that was like. Okay.
And that's the way that I like to do it, is base it off an hourly scale and multiply by how long it should take to clean. Now, sometimes they're going to clean it faster. Sometimes it might take them a little longer because, things vary. But base it off of an assumed time it should take. Now, the alternative to doing it that way is to just do a straight percentage every time. So you can pay the person, 65% of every contract or 70% of every contract. That's the other way to do it. But I like to base it off an hourly scale and how much I think it's going to take. Because typically, if I do it that way, I can kind of get a little bit bigger of a profit margin a lot of time.
So have you ever seen anyone do the 50-50 split or something like that?
In residential, yeah. In commercial, I don't know if you can get away with it, only because a lot of people have caught on. You know what I mean? They know what it is. So it's like, especially if you're working with subcontractors, they entrepreneurs too. So it's
Right.
like they want to, you know what I mean? They trying to get as much out the pot too, because a lot of them too going to probably hire a helper under them. So out of that 18, they might be taking 12. You know what I mean? Out of the 18, they might be taking, whatever. But so that's why you kind of want to pay them more. And me personally, I like the idea of paying the person more when I know I ain't doing nothing anyway. You know what I mean?
You answered another question because I was honestly finna jump to that because I was finna say, I was gonna ask, would it be best? It's one of them things playing the long game. It would have been best to let them get the kind of the biggest share of it because they are, and wouldn't it be one of them things to where me getting multiple contracts is where I will really see my money at.
Exactly. Just like I was saying, what I said after once we did the math, I said now go get 10 of those. Right? You ain't gonna get, and that's the biggest problem that most new people make is they get this contract, it's 4 hours a night, they getting $2,500 a month for it, and now they like, but I ain't making no money after I pay my people. And it's like, no, the problem is you thought you was gonna get rich. You saw the size of this building, and you thinking, you know what I mean? But I'm supposed to get out. No, you need to go get some more contracts. You know what I mean? It's power numbers. I forgot what you call it. Oh, volume. It's a volume game, right? So commercial clean, you're not gonna get rich off of 1, 2, 3 contracts. You need a lot of contracts. You know what I mean? That really make some real money from it.
What was the most? All right, when you were starting out, I know I've seen a video when you said you started this when you were like 17 or something like that.
Yeah, 19. Well, yeah, 17 cleaning for somebody else, 19 as an actual business owner.
When you were, I'm gonna throw this out there. When you were, I'm gonna say, let's just say 21. How many contracts did you have a month?
When I was 21, I can't remember.
Started off 17, 18. By the time you started grooving by yourself,
bro, I want to say I probably had like 8 contracts. Now back then, I was horrible. Like as a business owner, I was super trash, bro. So for the record, I had 2 different cleaning companies too. So that was my first one. I got another one in 2014. I don't know how old I was, but 2014. And so when I got that one, the most contracts I ever had, then I think it was like 23.
Oh,
but that was just mine. Now when I moved here to Jacksonville, I became the operations manager / franchise consultant for Jan Pro, and then they had me managing. I think it was like 200 or 300 contracts for them. So that's when I really got my experience and know how much I know because I've touched damn near every type of contract there is by work for Jan Pro. So
is it how many contracts would you say? Is it a number of contracts you would say that is too much to handle starting out like in the first couple months? Or because I know in my mind, I want you to stop me. I want you to my mind, I know, okay, especially now going over the math. And I'm saying to myself, shit, why not if I could get anywhere from 8 to 12 contracts or something like that a month? Is that doable, or is that something where, hey, bro, that's a little bit too much? Or,
I don't think it could be too much as long as you got the personnel to handle it. I guess the question would be, can you find the subcontractors in time to handle that? I mean, as long as you can find the manpower to cover it, you can do it. Now, I think too is that's a loaded question because you could get one contract. That one contract could be $1 million a month. Now, realistically, are you gonna go get that? No, but I'm just saying it's possible. And as a matter of fact, somebody did do it. Shout out to Mark Kelly, who will be speaking at the Clean Business Network conference. But he did it. His first contract. It might not have been his first one, but I know he got it early on. He got that big ass stadium for the I think it's the Detroit Lions. So you know what I mean. So you never know. And so the reason why I'm saying it is because you said, can you handle too many contracts? Well, it's not even necessarily about the number of contracts. Because hell, you can get 10 contracts, but they might all be $300 a month because you're going one time a month. You know what I mean? So it's not necessarily the number of contracts; it's also the size of the building and how many days you're going.
And I'm glad you mentioned that. And so, does it vary with each specific contract to where? Is it something? Do most contracts want you to be there 3 times a week, 4 times a week, 5 times?
Yeah, and so it's 2 ways that's gonna happen. Either you ask them what do they want, and typically most of them gonna know because these companies been around a while. They've been having companies already. They have one 9 times out of 10 when you go to speak to them. And so you just simply ask them how many days they want per week, and they'll know based on how many days they're getting at that point. Now, every now and then you might get one that says, can you recommend? Well, oh, we don't know how many. You just recommend how many days you think we need. And so that's when that part about when I was saying it's good to get that clean experience, because if you don't have clean experience, you really won't know in that situation. But exactly. But you can kind of base it off of, it's two things. Either how many days per week are they open? And then what's the foot traffic like in there? Like, so for example, if it's a bank and is a community bank and too many people ain't going in and out, well, banks are typically clean. They ain't wearing, people ain't talking mud and stuff usually in there. And if they carpet, even better. So you probably can go there 2 or 3 times a week and get away with it, even though they open 5 days a week. On the other hand, let's say you got a construction office. There's a construction company. They got an office, and then they got like a bunch of rigs and stuff in the back and all that, and they tracking mud all through the floor every day. They definitely gonna need 5 days a week if they open 5 days a week, because they're dirtying up all 5 days. So it's a combination of things, but most of the time the customer can tell you how many days a week they want. But if they don't have an answer for you, then you can recommend it based on how many days they're open and then what their foot traffic is like.
Okay, cool. I know this is probably like one of the last 2 that I believe that I have, unless some pop up. And
I'm glad you asking these questions, because I don't get a chance to talk like this on YouTube. You asking some good ass questions. I'm sure that it's helping a lot of people. So appreciate that.
Most definitely. Now, when it comes to the contract, and I think this is, and correct me if I'm wrong, is this the bidding on the contract? Is the amount getting paid a month, is that negotiated, or is it like, hey, this is how many? Because I know you just did the math. You did that like at $28 an hour.
Right.
So is that something where we like, is it something I come to them where, hey, I would like this XYZ amount an hour, and then I'm going to, I guess, for 4 hours a day, 5 days a week.
Yeah.
And then we come up with a number. So is it really negotiated, or I say, hey, this is what I would like?
Both. Right. So it depends on how you run your company. But as far as that number, like, it's your company, so you can stand on it if you want to. But 9 times out of 10, we gonna negotiate, right? So if I come at you and I say 2,400, and if you like, well, we really were thinking more in the ballpark of 21, and then that's when we can kind of start negotiation. Either if you come back at 21 and I rerun my numbers and I'm like, yeah, I can, all right, I'll still get 30% instead of 35. All right, let's do it. Or if you come back and I'm like, damn, all right, I'm under 30%, I can't operate like that. So then I come at you like, all right, what we can do instead of, dumping the trash Monday through Friday, maybe we'll dump the trash, Monday through Thursday. And then, you cut out some of the scope of work so the money can make sense. So it can be a negotiation, or you can stand on it. It's up to you on that point. And then one thing I want to say too, just for the viewers, because you said something important, I did base that example bid off for $28 an hour, and that's definitely doable here in my area, Jacksonville, Florida. If you in New York, you're in California, somewhere these higher places, your minimum might be $48 an hour. You know what I mean? If you in a more rural area, country, your day might be like 22 an hour. It really just depends on where you are. So please don't think y'all just gonna run off with that 28 just because I just use that in that one random example. Just FYI.
Okay, and so whenever it does, so basically when it do come to bidding, you do the math on your own, and then you come at them like this amount a month.
Exactly, and that's another thing too. And I would never show them how I came up with it. You give them the number, but you don't necessarily have to tell them how you came up with it.
Okay. And would you go back to the starter pack and what all comes with the whole starter pack?
Yep. Let's do that. Let's go here.
Starter pack?
I'm sorry, what was that?
I said, did you say leads come with the starter pack?
I did. So it does come with 10 of them. So let me go back here. So you can see right now I'm on cleanbusinessnetwork.app, www.cleanbusinessnetwork.app. And right here, like I said, it comes with the equipment, the course, the monthly coaching call with me, the private Facebook group with all the other members that y'all probably seen in interviews. And this is the part you're talking about right here. So you can get it with no leads. It'll take some money off. Or you can get it with the 10 leads included. And it'll be $19.99. And so, again, what are the leads? The leads are going to basically, you fill out an application. So after you buy this, on that thank you page, it's going to be an application that you got to fill out to tell us about your company. And by the way, if you can set your company up first already and you order, that's fine. Just tell us the basics. You know what I mean? Because when we cold call for this particular program, we're not going to use your company name anyway. We're just going to say CB and Cleaning just to get the appointment set up. And then once you get there, you can actually talk to them and they'll know we just a third party company. But anyway, all we're going to do is you tell us where you're located. We're going to cold call in your city, schedule an appointment with people, and you'll be able to hear the recording, the call that we made and everything to schedule this meeting for you. When all you do is show up there, do a walkthrough of the building, take some measurements. I show you how to take measurements and all of that inside of the course. And then once you finish that up, you go home, plug your information in that bidding calculator that we provide you with. Then you put together a proposal that we provide you with, and you email that over to them. And if they want to roll forward, they just sign it. You sign it, close the deal, pick a start date. Y'all start cleaning. That's it.
I like that. All right, hold on. Now go back to all right, because the screen is kind of small. I can't see. How much is it without? How much is it without leads?
Without leads, it is so $19.99 with leads, and then $12.99 without leads. And so this would be a good idea for somebody like, all right, I just got just enough for just the basics, right? And I can't afford the leads. Cool. Just get the kit and then maybe buy 1 or 2 leads to start you off, and then just get out here and cold call and go door to door, you know what I mean, all that type of stuff on your own until you're ready to buy leads or something.
See, nah, the 10 leads, that right there is automatic. That's 10 contracts. Bam. Just
well, it ain't guaranteed 10 contracts though. So we don't guarantee the contract. You got to close the deal on the contract. So we've guaranteed you an opportunity to bid on the contract.
Okay.
Now, you have to close the deal.
Out of the 10 leads, you could possibly walk away with 4 or 5 out of the.
Definitely. You could. Absolutely. Now, let's just say worst case scenario. Actually, this ain't worst case. It's second worst case scenario. You only close on one. One contract will pay back for the whole kit, honestly. You know what I mean? Because most contracts on average is going to be, you know what I mean, anywhere between, let's just say about $500 to $2,000 a month for small, medium-sized contracts. Now, so even if you close 1 out of those 10, you're in great shape because it's a monthly recurring contract. Now you just get here and go get some more. Let's just say you close on none of them. What do you do then? Keep trying. Now, honestly, I ain't gonna lie to you. If you don't close on 1 out of the 10 leads,
something's wrong.
Yeah. You might need to look at how you was dressed. You might need to check your hygiene.
Something.
Make sure you know what I mean? It might be something that's bigger than us. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Is it safe to say you've never had anyone that just closed on 1 or no leads?
I ain't gonna say I never had that. As a matter of fact, one of my biggest success stories, shout out to Tony Williams, said that he didn't close on not 1, but he said that he got great experience from every single one. And then eventually he did get his first contract. And I got it. But anyway, you could talk to him and see what he think about that. But he said he said honestly he didn't know why. And then 2, he said that he had certain leads that he got to, and they were like they didn't schedule the appointment. And I said, well, why you didn't report? Because we replaced them, by the way. If that happens and you get there and they be like, you know, oh, we didn't schedule an appointment. For one, you can take their line because we send you the recording and you can hear them. But also, if that does happen, you just tell us and we replace that for you. He didn't even know back then that we would replace leads. So I think that was really his other problem too, is he probably had someone that should have been replaced and he just never got to replace.
Oh, okay. So my last question. So so this basically, so say if I was to buy a lead and say if it didn't go through or something where there was a mishap and it was like, nah, I have to buy a whole another lead, or that comes in, we say we replace.
Okay, so let's just make sure that we clear on that. So if you go in there and you say it's a mishap, let's be clear on what is a mishap. So so you tell me what would happen when you get there that you feel like there's a mishap.
So I'm gonna say this. I'm not gonna say a mishap is I went in there and we did the whole walkthrough and I just didn't get it. Nah, I'm not gonna classify that as a mishap. Correct. That part on me. Like if I went there and then they were like, oh, sorry, no thanks, we're not looking for your services or anything like that anymore, or something where nothing happened with that one. Then we
replace it. You simply email us within 24 hours of that walkthrough. Email us admin@cleanbusinessnetwork.com is the email. Or you can even call. We got a number 2. And then you just let us know and then we replace it for you. Simple as that. So as long as you get a walkthrough, that's good. If you get there, you don't get no walkthrough, We got you. We will replace it. And now, guess what? Now, let's just say you get in a situation where you like, all right, I went to one, I ain't get a walkthrough, replace it. You went to the second one, I went to a walkthrough, and they didn't give me no walkthrough, replace it. Let's say you go through this thing like 4 times, which again, this shouldn't happen, but let's just say it happens. At some point, you can definitely be like, look, I just want my money back for this lead. Don't even worry about it. We will give you your money back. You know what I mean? So it's really no risk at all.
Well, I'm gonna say I'm pretty sure you don't have to deal with that problem where
you know what I mean.
I'm pretty worried about dealing with sending people back their money. So that's why that part I'm not even worried about.
Right.
I want the money back anyway. So I'm
right.
Not money back. I just need to put me in the room to get the walkthrough. But
exactly.
I most definitely. I believe that's all the questions I have.
All right, Tommy, man, I appreciate you for sure for this. I was coming to help you, but hell, you helped me because I think you asked me a lot of questions that people watching probably wanted to ask but didn't know how to ask, and you helped me answer a lot of questions. I'm like, damn, how else can I tell these people, like what's the better? So you helped me be able to do that. So thank you for coming on, Tommy.
We most definitely helped each other because I most definitely was coming in like, all right, cool, I ain't cleaning shit. Hey, bro, kind of put it like the end goal still is the automate, but if I have to get in there and clean until I get somebody in there, and so I know finding the cleaners is probably what I think, because the fact that I'm not gonna say finding the leads because I'm gonna buy, but I think finding the cleaners is going to be, and establishing that relationship with cleaners is probably going to be the hardest part on my end.
Honestly, as far as running the company, that is the hardest part, is dealing with those, especially the ones that ain't entrepreneurial minded, that's always negative. Managing those people, but other than that part, I mean, ain't nothing to it. ain't nothing to it. And for the record, we got plenty of people in CBN that they might not have budget to buy leads like you have. So if you can, or they ain't got time to go look for customers, but they sure would like to clean more buildings. So those are good people to try to partner with. You know what I mean? And if you can get them contracts consistently, they definitely are coming and work for you consistently and do a good job.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Because hey, when you say 175 or something like that fluctuates, I'm like, yeah, all right, cool. I'm just gonna buy.
Right. Right. And for the record, the reason why it fluctuates is that's how we control the speed. So like sometimes when we ain't getting sales in the leads like we're supposed to, we lower the price. Then it picks up. Then when it pick up and we want to slow the sales down, we raise the price. So right now prices are raised because we're trying to slow it down. You know what I mean? So just FYI.
And then I most definitely, I know on my end, I don't know about everybody else who's watching this. I know I'm going to buy because I know the moment I have a contract or 2 or 3, my motivation is up. There's no way that I can go down and say, you know what, this ain't for me. Like but if I'm out there trying to get them myself, I know I'm like, you know what, man, maybe I made a mistake. And so that's right. I'm gonna buy, because the moment I know I get me a couple contracts, and then I'm seeing the money coming in, then it's like let's do it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
All right, Tom.
I was definitely about to start getting this ball rolling. I got the LLC already, so it's got to get this business account and everything going. And so now, I got the stuff. I'm finna look at the rest of the videos on the starter course. So
okay,
most definitely, man. I'm finna do it.
Let's do it, bro. Let's do it. All right, Tom. I'll talk to you soon then.
Alrighty, cool. Appreciate you, bro.
Are you looking to start your own cleaning company? Or maybe you started your cleaning company, but you just need a support group, some mentorship, some guidance. Hell, a bidding calculator just to help you know if you're pricing the job correctly. Join us at cleanbiznetwork.app. That's www.cleanbiznetwork.app today and get on the right track with your cleaning company. We have everything you could possibly need to get you going in the right direction, and see why we've been the leading cleaning business consulting company for the past 5 years, and why they call me, AJ Simmons, the cleaning business GOAT. So I can help you just like I've helped, and my company has helped thousands of other people start and grow their cleaning companies. Go to the #1 source today, www.cleanbiznetwork.app. Thank you.